Hi, my name is Samuel Fallows. I go by Samuel the Mountain Fallows. I'm 6'5", 320 pounds, and I think I do have a unique story for the XFL. My background is interesting. I come from a pretty poor family when we were growing up. You know, we're on and off welfare, constantly going on and off welfare. And so one of the things that drove me when I was younger was I had a desire to make money. And so from a young age, I think the age of 9 was when I first started my own job. I mowed lawns in my neighborhood, and I started getting customers. And so I always had that drive, that really hard drive to want to go out and work hard and make money. And that's where my hard work comes from. That, and my mom and my dad always instilled that hard work ethic in me to go out, pursue my dreams. And at that age, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go out and I wanted to make money and have some spending money as a child, because we didn't have that in my family. So fast forward to when I become kind of the age to be able to play football, and my parents were just too poor to be able to afford it for me to be in any kind of the little leagues, so that never happened. And by the time I got to high school, I had full-time jobs, or part-time jobs, but full-time jobs during the summer, where I was just driven to make that money and work hard for that goal. And so I never did play football in high school either. And so that never happened. I never learned to play when I was younger. I always loved, playing street football and stuff like that with my brothers, but I never grew up playing football. And so as an adult, when I was 21 years old, I'm very goal-driven, very goal-oriented, and I always wanted to be a first responder. I wanted to be a police officer. And so when I was 21, I went into the academy, and I started my career as a police officer. And so I never considered playing football then either, because I was just one-track mind. I wanted to play. I wanted to be a police officer, and so I've been doing that for about the last 14 years now. And what makes my story unique is that I always have wanted to play football. But there just seems like there was other things, more important to me at the time. But when this December 2022, I had my birthday in November, and I decided, you know what, it's time. I want to play. I don't care how old I am. I don't care that I've never played before in my lifetime. I want to play. And so uniquely, I met this man at the gym who was over scholarships at the University of Utah. And so obviously he had a lot of contact with football players. And I met him one day, and he asked me if I played. Like a lot of people ask me, because I'm very big. And people always ask, like, oh, where'd you play football? Where'd you play football? And, I told him, I've never played. I was even embarrassed to even ask him, like, how would I even start playing at my age if I wanted to? And so I didn't. And I've never seen this man before. And then, I went home and I talked to my wife about it, and she said, why didn't you ask him? You should have asked him. And I said, I don't know, it's just weird. I'm old, I don't know. But she said, you should ask him. If you see him again, ask him. And so the next day, I went back to the gym. I go to the gym every single day, 7 days a week. And I saw him, and I was like, man, I'm going to do it. I'm going to ask him. So I had to get the courage to go up and be like, hey, man, at my age, if I wanted to get into football, how would I do it? And, he's really the reason that I got started in all this, my wife and him. And so his name's T. T taught me, he told me, like, hey, reach out to a couple of coaches that train people, anywhere from high school all the way up to the NFL. Reach out to these coaches and see if they'd be willing to help you out. And so I reached out to a man named Anton Palapoi, who's an NFL vet, and he runs Protect Trenches. And that's where I got my start. Anton was just super awesome. Didn't judge me. I explained my situation, told him, hey, this is how old I am. I want to learn to play football. It's something I want to do. And so, like I said, I'm very goal-driven, very goal-oriented. And the second that became my goal to play football, I started chasing after it hard. And so I went and trained with Protect Trenches 2-3 times a week. Anytime I could, I started learning all the fundamentals of defensive line. So I play defensive line, and it's been very awesome to do this. to learn these, at my age and be able to play. And so while I was training with Anton, I learned about this team called the Salt Lake Senate, and they're a semi-pro football team out here in Utah. And I was able to go to their tryout, and the tryout happened in March, I want to say. So December, I had just barely started learning how to play football. Improved, kept working at it every single day, 7 days a week. Went and trained with Anton, as many times as I could a week, usually 2 or 3 times a week, and practiced everything every day. And I was able to get better, and I went to this tryout, and it's kind of a combine style tryout, and I made this team. I made the Salt Lake Senate team, and everything was a new experience. The first time I put on pads and practiced in pads was something I'd never done before. First time I put on a helmet and practiced in a helmet, something I'd never done before. But every time I took on a new challenge, it just got me fired up and let me know how much I just love this game and how much, I feel like part of me is to play this game of football. And so my goals got bigger and bigger. My goals have always been from the beginning to play professional football. And I know that's crazy because I'm 35 years old. That's what makes my story unique. I've never played football before in my life. I barely started learning to play in December, and here I am now, accepted at an XFL showcase to come out and show you what I can do. And my story is unique. Some people scoff at it, and that's okay. I've had that happen a lot to me. Other people think it's awesome, and that's okay. I've had that a lot as well. But to me, I know what my goals are, and I will accomplish them. And I owe that to a few people. I owe it to T, I owe it to my wife, I owe it to Anton and Protect Trenches and Coach AJ over there, and I owe it to the Salt Lake Senate football team who gave me a chance and where I've learned, I've grown, and I've become a well-rounded, much better defensive player. I play defensive tackle, and I've learned so much in the last few months that we've been playing games and actually playing real teams, and I've come a long way, and I'm excited to come do this tryout. I'm excited to come to Showcase. I'm excited to be a part of this. Even this opportunity at 35 years old to come out and show what I have is, to me, just an amazing opportunity. I'm excited to be a part of the legal opportunity because that's what the XFL is really truly about, is that it's about opportunity. There's no parameters. If you'll put in the work and if you'll put in the dedication and the time, then you can be successful. That's what I believe, and that's what I'm going to show. And this is what I'm here to prove, that age is just a number, and it doesn't matter. That if you put in the hard work and you put in the discipline, I'm a big believer in discipline. That's what I believe in, discipline. And that's what I've done, and that's what you'll see when I come to the showcase. So I appreciate this opportunity. I appreciate the opportunity to be a part of football at all, especially at my age. I love it. I love it. And I'm going to show you why I am the person that deserves to be here at this showcase, and why I'm the person that puts in the hardest work. One of the hardest workers in the room, it's always me. I'm there, I'm excited, and I appreciate this opportunity. Thank you.